Coming up live on LiveWire, this is summertime, and it's a place where Sacramento really excels. Great events, and we're going to have people talking about a bunch of events like the Mighty Tiki Walk and the 17th annual Zombie Walk, and also Gather, Oak Park, or Gather. It is in a number of places too, and we're going to talk about those things. So you might want to write this down, because you'll want to go to these events right after this important message. With me in the studio are Maritza and Roshan Davis. They are called the Unseen Heroes. That's their organization. And they put on these events called Gathers, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Correct. And I know it's really interesting. There's a lot of food involved, isn't there?
Yep.
There is.
Was that the impetus where, Sean, you were walking down the street? You said, I'm going to put on an event where we're going to feed the community.
That is kind of how it happened, actually. When we got approached by the business district out there, they asked us to come up with a concept that worked for the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And we understood that Oak Park at the time was a food desert. There was no food in the area, and so we said something that would work in the community is actually a food event where we bring in local vendors who are producing quality food and serve it to the public in a fun style.
That's so good. It really is. I worked in Indianapolis in the early 90s, and you could drive for blocks in the black community and only see Kmart's and 7-Elevens. What do you buy there that's nutritious?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't hope it's changed, please. I hope it's changed. All goodness upon them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Maritza, you were walking down the street one day and you said, let's do it.
She's like, you're crazy.
You're crazy. We're not doing that. So what happened? How did you start it?
Well, we thought that a community that stays together eats together. So that's really where we wanted to create a concept that brought community together, helped with revival and bringing new energy into the area. We both are Sacramento natives, so we've seen Oak Park go from something that was thriving to something that was not to now again something that's hopefully will thrive again and be inclusive to everybody in the neighborhood. So it certainly is an event that welcomes everybody, and we want people to have a really good time there.
Okay. Give me a picture of what it would look like, okay? Because I think we actually have some video or something. Oh yeah, there is some slides and things like that.
Yeah.
We could look at those in a second. But to kind of give me a picture of how you pictured it, because the whole idea there's a long banquet table going down the street, I thought was very special.
Yeah. So when you walk in, you're greeted by people, hey, welcome to Gather, and then you're smelling this good food, right? Mm-hmm. And you're hearing good music, and so you walk in, and then you see this long communal table that goes all the way down the block that you have to sit at in order to meet your neighbors. And then you walk to the back, there's food trucks, and there's a stage we have there. We have a kids area, we have a beer area, so we bring it all together in that.
Well, let's have a look at those videos and slides, okay? I'll let you guys narrate, okay? Here we are. This is TV, so you got to narrate.
All right.
Here we go. So it's Gather, and I guess this is from Oak Park last year.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's watch this thing.
So this is a shot from the crowds as they start to line up. Obviously there's tons of food vendors in the tents there. And then you see the tables, which are the white long strips down the center of the table or street. And then you have a stage there with the larger tent with music. Here we have our Artisan Alley where we feature local designers and makers, and they sell their wares. And so this is another fun place to shop and just kind of get to connect with other people in your area. And then we have the kids area on the far right that you get to enjoy with your children. And here's a nice shot through the
And
trees.
I love, look at that pan.
Yeah, it's a
bag.
nice
Yeah.
man. Love it.
That was a really lovely little video, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
At any rate, I think there's some slides as well, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Maybe there are some slides. It says here, it says in my little cheat sheet, it says, unseen images, 6 images. So where are my 6 images? Let's have a look at this. Or maybe there's 6 images in the video. I'm not sure. But if they throw up some slides, we can just start
we can
talking,
narrate
okay?
those for you for sure once they come up.
Good, good. Well, what is this year's plan to look like?
Yeah, so this year we actually have expanded Gather to another area. So we will be launching Gather Quarry Park on July 27th. And that's
Oh, a slide.
in
Look at
Rockland.
there.
Oh yeah, so there's live music there, people dancing in the street. That's fun.
All right.
And then here's a vendor selling their popsicles.
And gelato.
And it's
Oh, gelato.
and then people just enjoying one another, showing off their dogs and drinking good local beer.
What is it, a dog or a cat?
I hope it's a dog.
Oh.
Here's the entrance. So just, people are greeted when they
Yeah,
come in and get themselves set up for the evening.
All right.
And there's some good people who've shown up to the event. Thank you for coming. And they're hanging out and having a good time. A DJ who's spinning really fun music and getting people to dance.
Good. Oh, so you can dance out there too.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, people get dancing. As soon as the live music and the DJs come on, you start to see people
Of
all
all
ages
grooving,
dancing.
from little
They do.
kids to
to
Get jumping.
over 100 years old. We've
Yeah.
had some people just jamming out there. Yeah,
I like it. I
It's a
like
fun
it.
time.
Good.
yeah.
And there it is. It's at Broadway and 3rd Avenue,
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
which of
5
course
to
is a
9
kind of
p.m.
it's kind of it's open. It's kind of like a split openness. It has an openness to it.
Yes.
One that's got extra street coming into it.
Exactly. It's like a curved street. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And so Gather Oak Park's Thursdays, every second Thursday from June to October. And we're launching the one in Rockland, Gather Quarry Park, on July 27th. And that one will be every 4th Thursdays from July till October.
Wow.
So we'll be busy on second and fourth
you
Thursdays.
You are.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Do the same vendors go up to?
Some of them. We try and kind of pull vendors from the communities. that
Local
we're in.
community.
Yeah, because that's part of the idea of building Gather is
And
building
Roshan,
that
do the
community.
businesses around the thing, do they also stay open?
Yeah, some of them stay open later. Like Old Soul in Oak Park, they have
Old
an after
Soul.
party.
Yeah.
They have
And
the
there's
official
a
after party. so-
bookstore there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Underground
wonderful
books.
bookstore.
Underground books.
You know, I mean, it really is a special kind of bookstore. You can
Yeah.
buy books of local writers that you can't get anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. All of the businesses stay open late and just really fun, vibrant night for everybody to enjoy.
Yeah, good. I think it's an interesting step in the right direction for getting people to come together
Yeah.
and especially around food and music.
Yep.
Definitely.
cool.
We're also
Yeah.
connected on our cell phones, so it's a good way to interact with people one-on-one, face-to-face.
Yeah. And you hear it all the time, like people will sit down and they'll say, hey, I live here. Oh, I live right 2 blocks from you. And then next thing you know, you'll see them, walking down the street talking together. And, that's what we hope out of the event is for people to come out and connect with the community.
Good. Well, during times like these, we need more and more of this kind of event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More goodness and just wholesomeness and some silliness and
Yeah.
some good music, don't you think?
Definitely.
Agreed.
Yes,
Good.
agreed.
So when you get do you choose the music? How do you choose the music?
So we work with Soul Collective. They're a local nonprofit organization that also has a record label, and they do a South by Southwest showcase every year. And so we get the luck of working with them on selecting global music from all over the world and inviting bands to come and perform at Gather. So it's really neat to kind of have these DJs and bands who both have a local connection to Sacramento and then are globally known throughout the world.
So like I could have Jamaican music.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
None of that old kind of stiff European music. But dancing is wonderful too, and I think sounds like a lot of fun. And what about
is.
parking and all of that? Is that easy over there?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's tons of
it's street parking, but it's still really easy. There's not any, meters or things of that nature, so it's pretty easy to park. And we get people who ride in on RT on the bus.
All right.
And we have a bus stop right in front of the entrance of Gather, so it's really easy to access.
So when is it going to be?
It's actually tomorrow.
Tomorrow!
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So that's why I asked when we came on the air
Yeah.
for people to get out and write something down. So it's
Yeah,
3rd and Broadway tomorrow and starts at what?
5
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Yes.
And you can gather there with the
Correct.
other gatherers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, and there's actually a website you can go to and see some more information about Gather and
Yeah.
get a sense of it.
Definitely. You can go to the unseen-heroes.com or gathernights.com.
Good.
Yeah.
So how long have you two been doing this?
Almost 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah,
You were walking down the street and you thought, 10 years ago, I did.
kind of. That's kind of how it
That
happened.
is kind
I
of
said,
how
hey, I have this idea. We should start this company. Walking down the street.
Well, that's very special. And did you have any background in doing events before that?
I did. I mean, we both did, I guess.
I did the
say.
front end of events, so I was in a band. So I
Oh, you
was
were in a
always,
band,
Yeah,
okay.
I was always in the front of the event.
Yeah,
Cool.
and I was always in the background doing the event logistics and public relations. So we
Oh,
have
you're a good
kind of-
match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best of both worlds.
it was a good
You have a
match.
sense of what it takes to make people enjoy themselves.
Yep.
and
Right.
You do too.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I want to thank both of you for coming to talk to me about this. I think it's
Yeah,
really
thanks for having
wonderful.
us on.
So we only have about 30 seconds. So what do you do in an interview like that? You say when it's happening and what it is again.
Oh, I thought you just make
Take it
silly
away,
faces.
John.
Come join us on Friday, or it's Thursday, Gather Oak Park tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
We hope to see you there.
And thank you, Maritza. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for having us.
My pleasure. Okay, we are going to take a short pause for the cause, a little pause, and give you some wonderful, interesting public service announcements, and we'll be back with our next guests right after these important messages.
My journey skating for the gold taught me a lot, but my journey with breast cancer has been one of my greatest teachers.
Every woman's breast cancer is unique. Be Wiser educates and empowers women to take control of their breast cancer treatment plan and help navigate their own path beyond 5 years.
Talk to your doctor about information and tests to personalize a treatment plan that fits your needs. I did. Be informed, be wiser, support survivors like us.
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
back at the studio, and I'm here with a couple of people who were putting on a really wonderful, crazy event, and or two or three. At any rate, you are events producers, Darren and Christy.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your T-shirt, and what is that?
This is one from a few years back at the Sacramento Zombie Walk, which is one of the events we produce.
Mm-hmm. But you have a fundraising event coming up.
We do. This Saturday, we have a fundraising event for
And
the
it's
Sacramento
called-
Zombie Walk, so we can
It's
keep it
called
free
the
for everybody.
Mighty Tiki Dance Party.
Yes.
Mighty Tiki's Mighty Dance Party.
Was that right? I missed a mighty in there?
Oh, I don't know. Just if the
No,
more,
no,
the
no,
more,
that's
if you can work, if you can work more
Mighty
mighties
Tiki's
in,
Mighty Dance Party. It's
Mighty-
mighty good.
Yes.
now you're up to three.
Three.
So yeah, we've made an improvement on the event right now.
Oh, we did.
Absolutely.
So what happens at the Tiki Dance Party? What can I do? Do I watch it and watch people dance, or what happens?
You can dance with us.
I can?
You can. And if you don't have a date, we have taxi dancers. You can pay people to dance with
Whoa!
you even. Or
Here,
you
will
can
you
dance
dance
by
for me?
yourself. Or you could do the limbo and win prizes.
Limbo?
You can have drinks. You can just hang out and make new friends.
Do people really know what the limbo is?
People love the limbo.
They like it? They know.
Yeah, they
Okay.
know.
Oh
Okay.
yes, that's
And
that's
if you don't know, we've got people who'll teach you.
Teach you.
Yeah, absolutely.
the limbo is a
So when is
mighty
that
highlight.
happening?
That's Saturday night at the Hideaway over by Franklin and Broadway.
Franklin and Broadway. Boy, Broadway is becoming a real kind of Broadway, you know.
It is.
I'm going to that famous Tiki Dance Party.
You know, on Broadway.
Yeah, it's,
Yes.
it's actually just off of Broadway, but who cares?
Well, yes,
Right.
yes, correct.
Not the off Broadway. Oh, there it is. Look at it. It's right up there on the screen.
Excellent.
9 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the Hideaway Bar and Grill
Yeah.
at 2565 Franklin Boulevard. Be there or be square.
Exactly.
You can't even remember what that meant. Be square.
Yeah.
Oh, he's square, doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah. We're here.
I think it's really fascinating. What I really am interested in is the upcoming event after the Mighty. I mean, that's an event of itself, you know, the Mighty Tiki,
Yes.
Mighty Dance Party, Mighty Good.
Of mightiness.
Yeah, the mightiness. That's right.
But you're
Brought to you in a
interested
mighty
the zombie
nation.
walk, right?
Yes, right. Absolutely. But I'm interested in the zombie walk and its beginnings. How did it happen? Why? What is a zombie, and why do we do this zombie walk?
Well,
What is the real spiritual nature of a zombie? Or is there such a thing?
I'm sure there is, and we could get really existential with it, but we mostly just do it for fun.
Christy sometimes calls it a large-scale public
Performance art event where
performance
everybody
art
comes
event.
out and gets in character and plays together.
It's an easy thing for people because you could come with very little makeup, or you could get very elaborate. It allows people to participate with as much effort as they choose to put into it, which is kind of.
Do we have any pictures of zombies that we're going to see? Do we bring any? Next time we'll bring we could make me up as a zombie next time. But you could teach me how to do the zombie walk. Could you do that? And when is the zombie thing happening?
It
It's
is.
August 26th
Yeah.
at Roosevelt Park downtown, and then we do the Zombie Walk and Carnival of the Dead, so it's like a festival
Oh,
event.
so there's a Carnival of the Dead.
There's a carnival in the daytime starting at 4, and that's all ages. It's free for everybody. And then we do the walk at 7:30, where we invade the R Street corridor, led by the West Campus Marching Band
Oh yeah.
in zombie makeup. So we have our own zombie walk band. And then we come back to Roosevelt Park at 9 o'clock for a free screening of Evil Dead 2. So it's a multi-tiered
Wow, that's quite an event.
event, right?
the marching band has been really great. I hope to some year graduate to floats.
Yeah,
Now that would be cool.
with no tires.
Right?
Floats in.
Just
So
floats.
what do I do to be a zombie? How do I? What?
Well,
how
like
people
I was-
generally they stick their arms out in front
Not
of them.
necessarily. That's one of the things I think that's wonderful for people. Like I said, is so open to interpretation.
Let's look at the B-roll first.
What do we got on the
B-roll. I don't know. What do you? Let's have a look at it,
Okay.
Darren. What do you think?
B-roll,
You
go.
narrate it.
Let's go B-roll.
Okay, here. That zombie eating ice cream.
Cowtown Creamery
Will there
is
be
out
ice
there.
cream there?
Oh,
Absolutely, with their food truck.
That's where you have a lot of food trucks there?
We have food trucks, we have vendors, we have live entertainment, we have
Kind
the
of food trucks?
carnival.
What kind of food trucks? What kind of food trucks?
Well, we have the Cowtown Creamery with ice cream. We have Frigid Frog with snow cones. We have the New Bite Catering. We have the Cali Love truck. We have its Nacho truck. We have the Eurostop Kebab as well. So.
Oh, I like
All those
the
trucks
kebabs.
Yeah, they're tasty.
Are they new this year?
No, they've come every year.
Oh, they
all
come
of our
back.
all of our
Kebabs
food
and
trucks
ice
come
cream.
back every year.
I'm on the
Put
way.
those together, yeah.
Do I just kind of get up and I gotta?
Oh, I think you got it. He's got it.
I want a kebab.
Oh yeah, you might not even need makeup.
Can I have some ice cream? Oh, my jaw is falling off. Something like
That's
that.
a nice
Yeah,
touch.
yeah, we'll throw
But
some blood on you. You're good to go.
Great. Is there kind of a contest? Can I be a?
Oh, a little costume contest. We should add a dance contest this year.
Zombie dance contest.
Yeah. I think I proposed it one year and everyone told me I was crazy because it's in the middle of August and nobody's going to
Right, nobody's
do
gonna
that.
walk. Wow. So that's a very interesting and a fine kind of creative thing to do. And then you have this film afterwards. It's the film usually follows the theme. I mean, you're going to do Song of Bernadette after the zombie.
Not so much, no.
We're showing Evil Dead 2 this year.
Okay, Evil Dead 2. Okay.
Lots of zombies. Fun day.
Another uplifting spiritual experience for California.
Yes.
Something like that.
Well, actually, yeah.
People love zombies. It's real.
What's really wonderful, I was reading this book on death and dying, but it was written by somebody who was writing about the differences between British language and American English. You know, and they said that the British, the Americans don't believe that they're going to die. And that,
true.
you know, we
denial.
live forever, you know, especially Californians, you know.
Oh yeah.
But the British always think they know that the sword of Damocles walks with them, you know. So they back off from things like that, and they're very underplayed, you know, and all of that. So it gives a kind of a rationale for the demeanor of the British as opposed to the wild and crazy, I want it all now. Americans.
Wow.
And this is the kind of interesting thing, because I think the whole idea of the zombies, the half-dead thing, is a great symbol for people who have kind of like given up.
Yeah, I can see that.
But you can laugh at that because
Absolutely.
that's the way to handle that kind of idea. It's really funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and this movie, what is it? I didn't hear it.
It's Evil Dead 2. It's
I'm sorry.
directed by Sam Raimi. And it's pretty popular. We showed it before at our when we used to have the Trash Film Orgy Film Festival. We showed it a couple of times, and everybody loves that.
So
movie,
can I get personal?
Yeah.
Good. Do you, you were like, how did you, I mean, what comes in your head when you say, I think I'm going to put together a zombie event?
Well, we started doing a film festival first, a midnight movie film festival,
Oh, yeah.
and the Zombie Walk was honestly just a promotional event for that. But then with the popularity of zombies in pop culture just blowing up, then we started having, we do the walk and lead to the theater for the film festival, and then there was just started being all these kids coming along, even though it was an adults-only film festival. And stuff, and it just kind of blew up into its own thing, and we're like, wow, the zombie walk's its own thing. Let's
it's
run
kind of
with
funny
it.
that it kind of happened by accident and
very
kind of
organically the way it
organically with the community made it what it is.
I
We
see.
just kind of curate it, but the community has kind of decided what sort of event it is. We didn't intend for it to be this way. We
just
intended
dress up
all
and
we did
hand
was
out flyers for our film festival.
and
So
then
all
it
of a
just
sudden
went
became this whole
nuts.
thing.
And then, like Christy said, people were coming. We get people come up to us and say, "Me and my kids do this together every year. We watch Night of the Living Dead at home and get ready for it, and then we come out and it became separate from what we were doing as a promotional event to promote the film festival that we were doing. It took a turn and became its own thing.
Wow.
It was really, it's kind of odd, but
So how did you diversify the zombie walk into a number of kind of mini events? Do they actually do makeup for you?
yeah, I think the key to that, like I said, was when the event got too large for us to do without the help of the city and street closures and whatnot, and the city asked us to propose some routes that we might take for the walk, and we knew logistically from doing it ourselves for 10 years previous that one of the things that we really needed was a large spot for people to initially gather at and do makeup and whatnot, and we chose a route that had Roosevelt Park as the beginning and end of the walk, and that opened the door to a day-long carnival and whatnot.
Thank you so much for coming. We got about 10 seconds.
Okay.
Where is it? What's it called?
Roosevelt Park and the Zombie Walk. It's the 17th annual Sacramento Zombie Walk
And Carnival of the Dead.
and Carnival of the Dead.
And you are
August
invited.
26th.
And
it's
thank you
free.
so much. Yeah, and it's free.
Just
Everyone
kind of
come out and have
trudge
a good
on
time.
over.
Trudge on over.
So we have to say goodnight. So
All
let's
right.
say goodnight. Bye, everyone.
Bye, thanks for having us.
Bye.
Thank you.